Today we're going to be testing out a 5.4 mini. And I'm going to begin with the benchmarks, but I don't want to waste your time. If you want to see real world examples of it, make sure to jump into the 3rd minute, somewhere around there of this video to see actual coding. So this is a significant improvement versus the previous G5 Mini. It is a very capable model in terms of coding. It's very comparable to GPT 5.4, especially on the medium setting. And it's significantly cheaper, which is very important. As we can see here, it's very good at basic tasks like using computer, like calling tools and coding. I'm not going to even talk about GPT 5.4 Nano, doesn't really matter. And in general, what we can see here is that its cost is actually smaller than running the 5.4 on medium setting. And this is a very capable model that you could use for your cheaper queries or for your sub agents. And this is very significantly, very fast. Like, one of the most important things is how fast the model actually is. And indeed, it's a lot faster than GPT 5.4. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you use the extra high option because it's gonna think for quite a while and its costs are going to increase. You want to use this model usually for some kind of sub-agent workflow. But yeah, the benchmarks look good, at least for how big the model is and how much it costs. However, I don't feel like this is significantly better than GPT 5.4, especially because I use it usually on medium setting. It seems like the best option. You get like 99% of the performance for like a 30% of the cost versus using the high or extra high option. And at least on that end, GPT 5.4 is not comparable, can't really compare. So let's test it out. But I gotta say, guys, it doesn't look that much amazing, to be honest with you. Like, straight up using GPT 5.4 on medium setting is just going to give you the best performance for the money you spend. But okay, because we want to benchmark it, we're going to use the extra high setting and we're going to begin by creating an interactive Pokemon Pokédex web page. Let's create that. And of course, guys, here I'm just testing it out. I just want to show you what it can create. We're using the Codex application. As you can see here, we created a new project and we opened up a new chat, selected GPT 5.4 mini at extra high setting. So it's finally done, and look at this. This is one of the most interesting perspectives I ever seen from a model. Like, usually these kind of models don't do this kind of stuff. They don't design like that. And it looks really good. I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't look bad at all. I really like this status tab here. It has a unique design. We got animations. I gotta say, it doesn't look perfect. I've seen better examples. For example, Minimax M2.1, in my opinion, was looking better overall, but this is a nice result. Now, because I don't want to waste your time, I want to show you also a preview of how much usage we got used by a single request. So it was like 1% of my weekly usage, which is very little. I mean, like, you could run like 10 queries like that, and we wrote like 1,500 lines of code. Again, extra high effort and loads of context used. So in terms of that, didn't really use that much of my weekly subscription. Like, for normal coding tasks, I would like use 10 such requests. So good response in terms of its pricing, very expected. Let's move to the second query. So right now what we're going to do, we are going to create a transformer teaching web page. And because I think the extra high effort is not very meaningful, I will go with the high effort to see if we spend the same amount of credits. So we're going to create a page, a web page that teaches people transformer models. This is one of the most prominent requests I ever do. So let's jump to the result. So let's check out the website that it created for transformer models. Obviously, has the very unique design that ChatGPT does. So let's click to start the lesson, and we can see the lesson path here with what we focus on. Chapters, essentially, looks nice. Here we can see how the architecture evolved over time. And yeah, let's see what else. Okay, so this looks bad, even though I understand its use. Here we can see a preview for each kind of family of models. We can select options here, like a quick quiz and more resources for us to check out. So that looks good. Doesn't look bad. UI wise, not perfect, but I get, the uniqueness. And I gotta say, the model actually tried to do some work. But in any case, it doesn't feel like it really teaches you anything. So even though it looks nice, the end result, the content, the material is very disappointing. So let's jump to the final prompt, which is going to be creating a Flappy Bird game. So the game is ready. It wrote like 500 lines of code. For the previous request, it wrote 300 lines of code. In terms of usage, before we test out the game, we're still at 99% weekly and 96% of the 5-hour usage window. So it really is not costing a lot. So if you're on a budget or if you're talking with models all the time, coding all the time, but you only have the plus $20 subscription, maybe this is a good alternative to use for simpler tasks, just so you save on your usage, so you can create more things. Just keep that in mind. So let's check out the Flappy Bird game. Space to play, and we can click or tap or whatever, and R to restart. Let's test it out. And for the first time ever, the model is able to understand physics, making the game easy enough to play. Lovely design, and this is pretty incredible. Finally, a model that is able to create Flappy Bird without making it super hard. So let's try and play the game a little bit. I mean, why not? Okay, so I can't beat the score of 6, but this is my mistake. But it looks nice, very, very smooth, absolutely lovely. So this is very, very unexpected, my friends. I didn't expect it to make it like that. This is the first time I actually see a model one-shot it, and this is incredible. Again, don't forget we used only the high version for the final 2 prompts. So overall, the 5 Mini is extraordinarily good. I thought it was I thought it would be bad, but it's actually really, really good. Now, you should try it out. Let me know what you think, but if you're on a budget and you want to save on costs, I could actually, pretty much suggest it to you.